Hi guys, so I'm going to start a blog for the first time. I've always wanted to do a blog, and this is my website, richardkingsley-smart.co.uk. So my name, Richard Kingsley Smart. My mother decided to name my middle name Kingsley um, after someone called Kingsley Ismay, who was closely related to Bruce Ismay, who was the owner of um, of White Star Line, the HMS Titanic ship, which unfortunately sank all those years ago. My mum was going to initially call my first name Kingsley instead of Richard, but they decided against that. So when I was little, um, a bit about myself. I wouldn't consider myself a really sick child, but I was quite ill. I was on a Ventolin inhaler from about 3 months old till I was about 6 years old. So I had quite bad asthma, um, and I would go back and forth the doctors with sort of um, yeah, when you get spots, what do you call it? When you're allergic to something. So I was allergic to a few things, but the doctor could never find out what I was allergic to. Um, and I remember once I had a very high fever, and my mum had to call the doctor urgently. And my mum said the eyes rolled in the back of my head, and it looked like I was bound to faint. The doctor told my mum to put me into an ice cold bath, and so my mum put me in an ice cold bath, and then my fever came down. I also remember as a child in my pram being pushed by my parents, that whenever anybody looked in my pram, I would end up crying. And I also remember with friends, I didn't have many friends, but I had one very close friend who lived opposite me when I was little. And I would only go to school when my friend went to school. If my friend didn't go to school, I would cry and I wouldn't go to school. So whether that was part of my autistic spectrum disorder later in life, I don't know. But I lived in a street called Gadley Street in Aberdare in South Wales, in the valleys. So obviously I can't remember much about when I was little, but that's basically up until the age of about 6. I was just basically a normal child with asthma and through allergies. Um, but yeah, but basically a normal childhood. Okay, we're going to move on to the next chapter next. Thanks. Bye.